The Duomo in Milano is one of the largest churches in Italy and really the world. This is the second largest church in all of Italy. You can see it here behind me. It's just absolutely enormous building, incredibly ornate, very, very beautiful. It is the main cathedral here in the city. It's the seat of the Archbishop of Milan. It's also a cathedral dedicated to Mary, specifically Santa Maria Nascente, the Saint Mary of the Nativity. It was built, the story about the building process of this church is quite fascinating. It took almost 600 years to build this cathedral. The building started in the 14th century, in the Middle Ages, and they were putting finishing touches on it as late as, I think, the 1960s. That's just a couple of decades ago. That's just an incredible thing. And so this church has a long history. It's been in use for very long. And even before this particular building was here, there were other churches, sort of main churches of the city here. So for example, back in the time of St. Ambrose, famously in the 4th century, right? There was a church here as well, which this current one is now built on top of. And actually, underneath this church, there are remnants of these old churches and places of baptism. And it is said, although I haven't been able to completely confirm it, maybe I can add a voiceover and if I can confirm it later on, but it is said that the place of baptism underneath this church is where St. Augustine was actually baptized. Famously, he became Christian quite late in his life after a long life of doubt and seeking. And when he came to Milano and met St. Ambrose, that was like a main turning point in his life. And so he and his, at the time, 15-year-old son was supposedly baptized right here behind me. Of course, not in this current church, because this is much later construction, but in the church that stood in the same location, which is currently beneath this current structure. This is an incredibly significant historical location for Christianity and for the Catholic Church for several reasons, not just for the incredible current cathedral that is very important, but also for the history of the location and what came before it. Because of course St. Augustine is, as we have said in previous videos, one of the key figures and most influential and important church fathers, particularly in Western Christianity and Catholicism. So the Duomo in Milano, an incredible place.